What's up, y'all? You rocking with Moochie, and this is Moochilla's review. So hit the hammer, cause you came through. Yeah. I'm talking about Godfather of Harlem, y'all, tonight. And this episode was episode 4, and the name of the episode is called Captain Fields. So now we got a new black captain, and right from the jump, the Italians are already figuring that this guy's gonna be in Bumpy's pocket. But Colombo has other plans for them. He has other plans for them as far as what's gonna go down with this because they got a postcard from Monsieur 98, and he's letting them know, look, I'm on my way, and whoever money's right and whoever could keep the police locked down where they not all involved with everything, then I'm gonna work with them. So now he's to me 98 Monsieur is very flip flop. He very wishy washy. So I think Bumpy gonna go down there when he does see him, and he's gonna have to do what he did before and let him know. Look, you know who you with. Who you with? Are you with me or are you with the Italians? What's up, Montana Max? Yes, this was a good episode. Please, if you have not voted, scroll up to the top, hit that like button. That's like wiping off your feet when you walk in my crib. And cast your vote. And tonight's poll is, do you think the feds, excuse me for the typo, do you think the feds will be after Bumpy now after what has happened to the cops? So let me know what y'all think. Put your cast your vote and holla at your girl. All right. So good evening, Mo. Don't forget to cast your vote. Do you think the feds is gonna be after Bumpy now that what happened to those cops? Cause now I'm kind of like, whoa, Bumpy. I guess he like Columbo took out my man. I'm gonna take out twins. We don't know if they are going though. We don't know if they got deleted. You know what I'm saying? Hey, AGA. All right, so if when I first saw this, I'm giving you my first impression. I'm thinking everything was gonna be copacetic because he got a black captain now. He knows the struggle, and he's gonna work with him. Well, lo and behold, they go to the Geechee and they having a nice time, and they just talked it up. Do you think we're gonna have problems now that we got this new captain? And this is why I got the color green down here. It don't matter if he black or white. The money's green, and if the money's green, the movement is gonna be right as far as them getting paid. But on the other hand, since this has happened, the cops come in there and they basically roused up the place. They roused up the place, they roused up the people. They didn't arrest anybody. This is on Epics. It's also known as the MGM channel. And a lot of people's not watching it because I guess they don't have that channel, but there's other ways to see this. And this is in the 3rd season. To me, we're seeing Malcolm X, we're seeing Bumpy, and I like that it's a period piece that is going back to the 60s where we're seeing things that happen. I love the dress, the clothes, the cars, all of that, even how they talk and even they lingo. So I like this show. I like it a lot. This episode was very good. Very good. And Brillo's gonna be here. He's fashionably late, because he gotta handle his business with the plug, But he'll be here. What's up, RD? So now he goes back to the house and tells Mamie that the club got rousted up. And she's telling him, look, I think you should talk to this cop. And he's telling her the same thing what I just mentioned to y'all, that it doesn't matter if he's black. And I got dudes on the payroll too. So I gotta tread lightly with this because we don't know what kind of person he is. Is he gonna be a by the book guy, or is he gonna be ready to get this money? Okay. All right, yes, I love it. This show is making me think, oh yes, a lot of people, a lot of Harlem Nights, I know y'all are thinking of this from back in the day, especially if you have parents that's up there in age. They could tell you stories about stuff like this. So I like watching this, and this is a good show. If you haven't watched it, it's called Godfather of Harlem. It's on Epix, aka it's also Epix has changed to MGM. It is on there. Swiss Beats does the score to this series, and he's been coming with the fire with the music. So it's a very good show. Anywho, let me get back to my recap, y'all. And now we see Elise and Malcolm X in Egypt, and they are enjoying the sights, but Malcolm does not want her to leave the house. I mean, not the house, the hotel, for the simple fact is they're in a different culture, and you know how they don't give women a lot of rights in those countries. And he just wants her to be safe. So he told her, please do not leave this hotel without him, because she was thinking about going sightseeing and everything. Hey, Big Wolf, what up? So now we find out that those cops are the same police that rousted Bumpy's club. And guess what? They are on Columbo's payroll, y'all. They are on Columbo's payroll. And he hitting them off lovely. And he want to know what cops Bumpy got on and how many cops he got on, because he's gonna try to just get in there and get everybody and offer them more money so so they deal with him now, because he wants that shipment. He wants part of the shipment, and he's trying to go back to the five families looking good and stuff. I did too, Mo. I've gotten used to him now. I've gotten used to the new Malcolm X, even though I love the old one. But the speech and his whole, now I it's fading out. But if they brought him back next season, I wouldn't be mad if they brought the old one back. But I like this guy now. I'm used to him. I'm okay with it. Let me know what y'all think. Are y'all okay with this new Malcolm X, or do y'all miss the old one? Holla at your girl. All right, say old one or you like the new one. Okay. So with this whole thing, these guys is working with Bumpy. Meanwhile, Bumpy goes to the Captain Fields, and Captain Fields is like, "You just as bad as them, and I ain't messing with you either." So he's not playing ball. He's not playing ball. He basically went there to state his case about how they raided his club and it was invalid, but he's saying it was all good because you open after hours and they had the right to go in there and do that. And he's letting them know, look, now I'm being harassed at this point, my guy. You need to step in and look, check this out. Hey, Miss T, ew, hey, HEA. What up, though, Brillo? Whenever you ready, I sent you the link. If you can't come, I appreciate it. If not, I understand, Brillo. But the plug and the hammer was supposed to get it in tonight on this channel and talk about the recap. But it's all good. Yeah, I was mad at the captain too, Miss T. I was mad at the captain for the simple fact that at this time, he feels like he wants to be the guy that's well liked by the white boys. To me, that's what it seemed like to me. And sometimes you gotta. I guess he feels like if he go along to get along, everything will be all right, and he won't have that much pushback with the troops there. You dig? So now we can hear, yo. This was the funniest argument because Stella, the way she said that, she said, "You're an effing asshole." Yo, and he cursed. He called her B. And he talked about, he said, if I wasn't sworn to protect you, I'd whack you myself. But I saw sexual tension in that. Did you see that? That's what I saw. I saw sexual tension with those two. Did y'all see any kind of tension, sexual tension with these two? Because I think these two are going to be together. I think she likes him. Stella is falling for him. I do think that HEA Brillo needs to put the captain in the sucker simp category. Don't worry, you know he's compiling his list, Brillo. He's compiling his list, and you know Captain Fields will be on it. Definitely. Mostly, I saw that too. Yeah, like I said, I feel like these two might end up doing the hanky panky, y'all, because you know I gotta be YouTube safe, so I gotta say that word, or he gonna smash, all right? Anywho, yes, they will be a couple, and to me, they gonna be a deadly couple because he violent and she violent. This is worse than her and Ernie. What y'all think? Do y'all think that her father is gonna be mad if he gets out and finds out these two are together, or perhaps I'll go even a step further, married? Yeah. So I want to see how this pans out between Stella and Columbo. Now she goes to they let me get my okay. Hey Tamika.
Hey, what's up?
Got
What's up, Mochi?
you.
What's up, everybody?
What you thought of this episode? I'm because we just into we into it a little bit already. We already Bumpy's club already got rousted up. He already talked to this cop. What do you
Mm-mm.
think so far? Let me get your opinions,
I
Tamika.
thought this was a good episode. It was interesting, Captain Phil's. And made me talking about he's a good man, Bumpy. He's a good man. You know, go
Yeah,
talk to him.
I thought this was a very good episode, y'all. I
Yeah.
thought it was a good episode. I what's up, Detroit Kings?
Hey,
And
Detroit Kings.
so hey Queen. So I thought it was a good episode. As far as let me ask you this, because we just finished touching on this with Stella and Columbo. Do you think that was sexual tension between these two when they had this argument?
Absolutely.
Okay. So
Absolutely.
is it safe to say that we might see these two as a couple?
I know me,
Okay.
you, and Brillo was saying that when we was on
With
last
it.
week, and I
Mm-hmm.
definitely see it going in that direction.
I see it too. I see it
Mm-hmm.
too. And other people see it too. Yes, Stella. Of course, Stella helped because she went to she went to the feds to talk to them,
Right.
and then she had to change her heart after that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, EJ.
Because I was even saying he got to watch out for her that he don't know the whole story when it comes to her, and
Yeah,
she
but
starts
now he
spilling a little
know.
tea. Mm-hmm.
So now we see him with Shay Guevara, right? Now you know he's like a big time revolutionary. I don't know
Yeah.
if you guys read his books or anything with Cuba and stuff like that. He's a
Mm-hmm.
big revolutionary, and he basically wants Malcolm X now to be his mouthpiece over there,
Right.
and he wants to really start a uprise.
Mm-hmm.
And Malcolm's kind of standoffish with it. Meanwhile, we got her getting a visit where she's, I was so afraid when she was leaving this room
Yes, I
because he
was
told her
too.
not to leave, and then you see this clown down here.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
see this clown. His name was Reynolds. Yeah, Gregory Reynolds, and he basically is telling her to convince Malcolm not to make this speech.
Right.
And to me, it was in a threatening manner,
Yeah,
letting him know
absolutely.
what could happen, X, Y, and Z. What's your take
Mm-hmm.
on it, Tamika?
Yeah, it definitely was threatened. He tried to do like the nice, nasty, pretend that we care and we saying this for the best interest, and we talking to you because he will listen to you. If it's coming from us, he's not gonna listen to us. Oh Lord, y'all know my
I
cat
know
gotta
your
make her
cat is going
interest.
crazy. I hear her. She like, are you like
So
you live?
yeah, he was trying
that's
to
what it,
like sugarcoat it,
that's what
but
it sounds like she's saying. You live? Meow.
oh Lord. He was definitely trying to sugarcoat it, but she saw where it was coming from because he even said to her like, "Oh, thank you for coming when my men asked you." And she was like, "They didn't ask me. If they asked me, I would have said no." So she was kind of giving it to them too, and knew they was full of crap. But they definitely was making threats.
Mm-hmm. So are we gonna see this guy again? Because now he already knows about the assassination attempt. So
Right.
are these two working? Was Moss number 7 and this guy working together? Because that's what I'm putting together right now. Because remember, I feel like the CIA always was involved with Malcolm X
Yes,
assassination.
yes. I always felt that way too, and I feel like they kind of was confirming it or showing, confirming or at least showing that they had their parts in it, that they was working together from both ends. Because I was like, wait a minute, how the heck he know about that? And he's trying to make it seem like they the State Department, but it's like, nah, y'all more than the State Department. Ain't no State Department coming up.
Wasn't you glad that Malcolm picked up on it? He was like,
Yes,
that is nobody
absolutely.
but the
Mm-hmm.
CIA.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Malcolm was definitely up on it. He was like, that was no CIA. I mean, no State Department. State Department, my butt.
Mm-hmm. So, my next thing, they want to know who's what cops is there now. The cops that Bumpy had on is not even trying to talk to him. He
Hmm.
not trying to talk to them at all. And basically now everything done switched to Columbo. All the cops that Bumpy
Right.
had is with Columbo now.
Columbo was kind of pissing me off. It's like I'll be liking him, but then
Uh-huh.
I'll be like, you going too hard and doing too much, Columbo. Now, all right.
Yes, he's a character you love to hate.
Hmm.
Definitely. And then they get this guy back. I forgot his name. I thought I had his name. But y'all know who he is. He's from the other precinct. This is the cop that Bumpy had on before when he got
Right.
all of that
I think it
heroin.
was Alejandro, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken, something like
I
that.
think it's that. Yeah.
Hmm.
So he's like, look, I'm a snoop around, but I'm really putting my life in danger helping you.
Right. And
Especially if
Bumpy
they
was
know
like,
I'm doing
listen,
this
I
for
done
you.
paid, sent your kids to college and the whole nine, okay? So you owe me. And he
Yes.
couldn't say nothing to that.
Well, he wanted the money too.
Right.
He wanted the money. So he's gonna try, but he didn't promise anything. So when they
Right.
left it, they didn't know whether he was gonna help or not.
Right.
She tries to convince him not to make this speech. We just talked about this, and he's
Hmm.
saying it's nothing but the CIA. Let me
Right.
see what else. What's your take? Well, we already talked about it. We'll move on.
Yeah, he was up on the game and he was standing 10 tones down. He's like,
Mm-hmm.
because he even said, when it's my time, it's my time. But he was like, at the end of the day, this is what Allah is telling me to do. This still hurts to see and to know what, happened already. But
I
it's like he
know,
wasn't trying to stop. He was like, this is my mission. This is what I'm supposed to do. I got to give this speech.
and he said it. Even if it does cost me my life, it's Allah's will.
Right.
So, y'all, he has this meeting with him. We find out dude is. I'm so mad that he took him out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do
I
you think
was
the
pissed.
cops did it, or do you think it was actually him?
Oh, that's a good question because it could have went any way. Definitely was paying these cops to go and do all different kind of stuff, and it was funny to me too when the cops came and they was like, "But why?" But at the same time, they ain't gonna complain. They getting paid, so they gonna do whatever he asked them to get the money. So I could see them taking out too. He said he was like, "Oh, we heard he was coming around asking questions." So I was like, "Dang, now he up out of here." Like he was
Mhm.
really catching Bumpy at every angle too. He was giving Bumpy a good run for his money.
Definitely, definitely, definitely. So now that this guy is gone, do you think that cop is gonna be all right, Fields? I feel like he don't got a choice now.
Yeah, Phil's is stuck. He's stuck. He
He's
was
stuck like
already
Chuck.
stuck. And then he's like trying to say, like, oh, I'm trying to do the right thing and make the best. But where Phil's was kind of pissing me off at, and we see that all the time, is he was trying to call out Bumpy and be like, you ain't no better than the Italians. I want to get rid of all of y'all, da 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 da. But, course
But
later
Jose
on.
Battle was ready to already get at them once they raided the place. He was like, "Oh, let's go get some guys and and hit back."
Exactly.
He was
And
ready to go. He was like, "No, we're not going
mhm.
to do that yet."
Right.
But
And then
he
he
was
was
ready.
also making it seem like, oh, you coming in here to put in this complaint. That's going to take a lot of time and money to go into that. He's like, yeah, I want to look into the crooked cops too, but we could be putting that money towards getting rid of the people that selling dope and the
Yeah,
hustlers, the pimps and everything else. And basically you too, Bumpy. Like, I want you. But because he was trying to kind of act high and mighty at the same time. And it's like, all
mm-hmm.
right, Phil, slow your roll.
Exactly. He was like, I know what you do. Even though you put
Hmm.
kids in college, I want to put you in jail.
Right. Yeah, because he was like,
For
I know the good
real.
and the bad. Yeah.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I was like, I saw that he was going, I was like, oh man.
Right.
So now they done kissed and made up, and look at how Columbo smiling. I had to get that because he was like, I don't want to be with
Yes.
you.
She had him all wrapped under her little finger.
Yes. He apologized for losing his temper, and she offers to make him dinner.
Hmm.
And I'm like, oh man, but this is the reason why the whole dinner situation came.
Right.
And
Exactly.
he's like happy, like, oh, I'm gonna get the biggest case ever. I'm getting all of these mobsters. They
Uh-huh.
And I feel like, you know what? I feel like with Stella, she wanted to help, but I feel like she got jerked before by Morgenthau. So
Hmm.
now she like, nah, I'm not gonna put forth with a banana in the tailpipe again.
Right.
So
Yeah,
I think,
Stella was kind of like, I was like, girl, what end you want to play? Because I think once Columbo, of course, said, you doing all this. If I wasn't trying to like help your father, I would kill you right now. Because she was doing the most. And then
mm-hmm,
her going running to them to tell them like, oh well, I'm around Columbo, and then them saying, well, help us. And she figured like, oh well, if y'all could get me out of here and get me to Paris, then maybe I will. But they wasn't trying to get her to no Paris. Even he said they didn't have the authority to do that. And then her knowing that, I did everything I did with my father, and y'all really didn't even use me. I think she started thinking about all that. I think what Columbo said to her in terms of he feel lonely too, so he know how she feels about that. And when
yep,
he said the part about, you not really being a rat, you was grieving, that kind of hit her too. And so, but I was laughing because I said, if she really thinks she hiding wearing that daggone scarf, and then they had that big machine, I said, y'all all obvious out in the open. That had me laughing because they was acting like they was
Stella
incognito.
is doing the most. Mahogany, yeah, but
Absolutely.
look,
I
it
agree,
to me it
Mahogany.
was funny when she was like, "You're an epinazo."
Yeah.
But she said, "Stella's still a rat.
Yeah,
You
she
sound like her.
is.
You sound like her stepmama."
But I was
She's a
surprised
rat.
that he was covering for her because I thought that that would have turned him off because he did at first go, wait a minute, you ratted on your father? But then he was
Yeah.
like, you just was grieving. And so I think when she saw that side of him, like they both getting soft spots for each other.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah. She said, yes, she irks my soul. Okay, when Jose battle scene Bumpy take out old boy, Jose was down for yeah, once he pulled out that blade, we gonna get to it, Big Wolf, but once he pulled out that blade, Jose battle was ready to get down. And he was ready to get it in and make these dudes talk.
Yeah, Battle ain't gonna take no chances with his stuff getting messed up.
Okay, let me ask you this. Do you think this part was staged to make Bumpy feel at ease with him coming in here like this?
No, I think Captain Phil's was serious. I just think he's kind of trying to play both ends, and you really can't play both ends. You got to pick a side. I
Yup, and
felt
that's what
like
Bumpy
he
told
was
him.
serious about it because
Mm-hmm.
he was like, "I followed y'all here, and I know what y'all up to." And they didn't look like, they was kind of looking at him funny. I don't think it was staged, but it could have been. But I'm
She
kind of
said she
leaning
fudged the
towards.
tape up for her boo. You know she did.
Mm-hmm.
You know she fudged the tape up for her boo.
Absolutely.
She like, my baby ain't going to jail. I like him.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we might get a love scene and all of that with these
Yeah,
two. So
I could see it.
what okay, let me go back to this. If you haven't voted, Please go in and cast your vote. Look, I had a typo, y'all, so y'all have to excuse me tonight because I was rushing. Do you think the feds will be after Bumpy now what happened after what happened to those cops? So do you think that the feds will be after Bumpy now after what happened to those cops? Cast your vote. I'm gonna do the vote in a couple minutes. So if you haven't cast your vote, please cast your vote. We got 22 people in the room. Please hit that like button, hit the share, put me up in that algorithm, y'all. Put Tamika up in that algorithm. If you are not subscribed to Tamika's Den, please go to her channel and subscribe, okay? And then I want to also let y'all know about our subscribe-a-thon we got going on. And we got a whole bunch of people participating in this. So visit everybody's channel. We trying to get more subscribers. We trying to build our channels. So help us out. Thank you. And like my commercial, Tamika.
Yes, brought to you by the Big Brittle.
Yeah,
Really.
brought to you by the hammer and the plug, BRILLO.
All right.
So
Put
now
your
they
hands
harass
up.
him. Look, they harass him, and them people was like, leave him alone.
Yes, and
Yo,
being as though they had all those witnesses too, them people was going in like he's
yes.
innocent.
They was like, leave him alone.
Hmm.
He's innocent.
Right.
I just my question is this. I hope this relationship becomes better now that Fields is on board and playing ball with them.
Right.
What's your take on it?
I hope so because, like I said, that was funny to me. That made me was like, "Go talk to him. He seems like a good man. He's down for black businesses." And at the end of the day, you a black business owner too. And he was like, "Yeah, but we both know, I'm more than that." And like Bumpy was keeping it real. He ain't try to, think that it was gonna just be all cookies and ice cream or whatever. But once everything came out, and he was like, so you was trying to basically go all hard on me, but you know what I'm saying, dealing with these Italians. And he's like, yeah, I got to look at the bigger picture. Sometimes there have to be sacrifices. It's like, okay, well, now you're going to make sacrifices for me.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're gonna have to pick a side.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're gonna have to do.
Because he
You
was
have
like,
to
you
pick
need
a
to know who the
side.
real enemy is. And that's true.
Mm-hmm. So let me just moving on. Look, now they wanna he after they got rousted, he rousted him up. Now Bumpy gonna send Chance and Nat to pick these cops up and bring them to Jose Battle's basement.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, I want, and he was like, they like, you sure you want to do this? And he's
Right.
like, yes. Do y'all think he made a mistake by doing this? Because now his man is dead.
Yeah.
His homeboy is gone. I still feel like he's gonna finagle his way out of it though.
Yeah,
What's your take?
Bumpy always find a way. I feel like he was kind of backed against the wall. He had to show Columbo, I mean business. And you can't, like he told him, you can't get to every cop and you can't be in charge of everything, because he really was trying to like have Bumpy shook. Like I'm taking everything from you. You're gonna have no way, you're gonna be back against the wall and you're gonna have to do it my way. And Columbo was making it seem like I tried to do you a favor, but you ain't want to take it. So now, you got to go through me. And Bumpy was letting him know, like, nah, I'm not going through you. I'm going to go around you,
Word
get on
up.
top of you before I,
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying, go through you. So, yeah, I
All
think
right,
he
so
didn't have a choice.
Miss T says Black Captain better stand with Bumpy since he sees his power.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Especially how all of those people were standing up to him.
Exactly.
Y'all gonna try to lock up Robin Hood?
Mm-hmm.
You know how
Because
much
he
stuff
just
he be
getting
doing
in, and at the end of the day, they ain't gonna have but so much respect for him either as being a black captain. So
Oh, that's a good fun fact, HEA. That was probably Pan on 135th and Lennox back in the day. I could see that. I could
mm-hmm.
see that. Hey Daria. Ew.
Hey Zaria.
So we find out he's poisoned. Do you think that it was Shay that did it, or do you think it was the CIA guys that poisoned him? So he wouldn't give him food poison, so he wouldn't make that speech.
I think it was the CIA, but I don't know. And it was interesting that Shay made the comment, if they wanted you dead, you will already be dead. He was like, "Do you really think they would try to kill you for making a speech?" And he was like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Hell to the yeah. What you mean? Do you think?"
Exactly. I hear Kitty again. She was so worried about him too, because she warned him about him doing the speech. He had a bad feeling about it. And he's still gonna go make the speech though. Now they done had dinner, y'all. They done had dinner, and the dinner was good. She cooked a traditional Italian dinner from the homeland, and he was, when you know the best way to a man's heart is through his stomach. So
Hmm.
he, look, he likes that. She can cook, she can make
Yes.
sauce. I might marry her.
Right. She cooked that right on the. Oh, it's my grandmother's recipe.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Was it food poisoning? That's what I'm. Or was it poison food? Poison food. They they put something in there to make sure that he wasn't going to try to make that speech.
Yeah. The
It was
doctor said that
deliberately
because
done.
he was like, "Oh, usually I don't have it that bad," and he was like, somebody poisoned the food, and of course she was still trying to tell him not to have, do this speech. She was like, "Nope."
I like that saying that Elise said too. Was it food poisoning or poison food?
Hmm.
So now look, I like the way they got the drop on the cop
Yeah, that part had me cracking up.
because he wanted to be racist too.
Exactly. Oh, I ain't putting my lips on that.
Mm-hmm. You want to put your lips on something else?
Right. Basically.
So look, we see him here with this big tape recorder. It looked like a VCR.
Yes, that thing was huge. I say y'all not even trying to hide.
Heck no. All she put it behind that picture frame. What if he would have got up and picked up that picture behind her dad?
Right.
I'm like, man, she's really playing with fire right
Hmm.
now.
And it started going. Woom, 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 woom,
Uh,
woom. He was like, "What
I think
happened?"
she done ran. You know, she ran her finger across that tape as it was
Mhm.
playing.
She's
She
like,
like,
"I don't know."
so I ain't like locking him up. I done got enough of my. I like him. I don't want him to die that way. I
Right.
don't want him to go to jail.
Yeah.
He already alone. I don't want him to be alone and locked up.
Right. Hmm.
Okay, let me see. I'm not sure if I would eat what Stella cooks. For Stella, the quickness with way to a man's heart is going right through his chest. I
Right.
know she shot dude in the hand and the head. Remember?
Hmm. Yeah.
Anywho, so now look, we see them get tortured. Bumpy took out that blade, but once he saw Jose battle going in, he was like, "Oh, I could put my blade away. Jose got this."
Right.
Yup. Let me
Hmm.
see. When I first saw it, I thought it looked straight like an 8-track, but VCR sounds better. Yo, it do look like an 8-track too, like the
Hmm.
portable ones they used to
Yes.
carry around back in the day.
Hmm.
Yes.
Hmm.
Sure, Mahogany agreed. So look, I'm glad they got I'm glad they was handling them like this. And they was handling them like this all through Malcolm's speech. And he was talking about how the cops traded their white sheets in for police uniforms, which is happening to this
Absolutely.
day.
Hmm.
And I love the fact that his speech moved Elise so much. And
Hmm.
she was so happy to hear him make this speech, and she was so proud of him.
Yeah.
You know, Stella probably messing with Lucchese. You know, she probably like, booed up with Lucchese girl. Cause
Hmm.
you know they used to have that used to be his thing back in the day.
Right.
Anywho, look,
I love
look
this
at his
part.
face at the top.
I love this part.
When he came there with them badges and was like, look, they confessed. They gave me all the names And guess who else name is on there when he da da
Yeah,
da
because when
da.
Bumpy first walked in there, it was like they confessed and gave me all the names through their back. I said, Bumpy, what are you doing? And he was like, where did you get these from? Did you hurt these officers? I said, oh Lord, Bumpy, you putting yourself out there. But once he said, and guess who name was at the top? Da, 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 da. I
Yo,
said,
it's
oh
nothing
shoot.
he could do now. Because that signed confession is there, and you know he
Yeah,
got a copy of it, so he got him in his pocket right where he wanted it.
exactly.
So
I
I'm
said,
glad he
oh,
did
Mr.
that.
High and Mighty was on the list too. Okay.
Okay, this is the question of the night, Tamika. Is he gonna flip flop again this one?
Yeah, he too. I was like,
Mo,
now
is he
he
going?
coming back in the mix.
Yeah? That's what I want to know. Do y'all think Monsieur 98 is gonna flip flop again this time?
I could
Put it in
see
the
it.
chat if you think he's gonna flip flop. If you think he's not going to flip flop, put up a no. And if you think he's gonna flip flop, put the ham up. If you think he's going to put a ham up, oh yeah, he is a wild card. That's why we don't know what to
He
trust with him.
is.
We
He
don't know what to
is.
trust with him. And I think Bumpy might have to threaten him again like he did before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're gonna sleep together though. Yeah, but they didn't even show her and Ernie sleep together.
Right.
Now that I think about it, you right. Yeah, you right. They didn't show him sleep with her before.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm. Yeah, Olympia is MIA with Lucchese. I think so. I don't. He didn't disappear because we saw him in the beginning.
Right.
But I bet you he got her like hitting up somewhere, cause he was there in the beginning talking about we've been going back and forth with this for years. What are you talking about? But look, I'm gonna just show y'all the last thing because this was the best. This was like my highlight of the night with this show, and this was with the whole torture scene. Open.
We don't know shit. So the cops on Columbo's pad. Fuck you. Open your fucking mouth!
Now, I'm not saying every white person is a racist, and I'm not saying every white policeman is a racist either.
I was happy he did that. I was like, but I don't know what it's called, that torture method. I forgot what it's called. I
I
think it's
believe it's like
waterboarding.
waterboarding. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't know they did that back then. But anything's possible.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, yo, Miss T said it's old school. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what's your rating on the episode?
Hmm. I think I would give this like a 9. I thought it
I
was
was
pretty
saying a
solid.
nine
It kept
too.
me interested. I was like, oh God, what's gonna happen? What's gonna go down? Because Columbo was coming hard.
Yes. I was just mad that he took out that cop, yo.
Yeah,
I'll
I
give it a
was
nine
mad about
too.
that.
He's saying no. Okay, well, that's as far as Monsieur. I don't think he gonna. I think he better get down and lay down with Bumpy because now
Well, the way, at least the way Columbo said it when he came to the bosses, because that's when he thought he was holding all the cards. He was
mm-hmm.
like, "Oh, I got this postcard, from Marcel '98, and whoever's holding, the cops is who he's gonna basically give, the Zucci to and all this other stuff." So technically, that's gonna be Bumpy now because he don't went in near the fields and let him know what time it is. So, but I still don't trust this guy. He definitely is a flip flopper.
All right, so I just closed out the poll, Tamika, and everybody is saying that it's 63%. 25 people voted. It's 63%, and they are saying that the feds will be after Bumpy now that as a consequence because of this.
Mm-hmm.
So look, I it was just me and you going back and forth, and the recap is done. If you are here and you just missed it, please hit hashtag replay. Hit that like button. What you got
Mm-hmm.
going on your channel, Tamika?
Tomorrow, I think I'm gonna be doing Love at the Lockup. I'm not too sure if Nita's still going on. If your honor's on, then more than likely we'll be doing that. And tomorrow night at 11, since they playing what's that show? I was about to say House of Dragon and House of Dragon, Last of Us
Mm-hmm.
early because of the
I did
Super
not
Bowl.
know they was doing that.
Yeah, we're gonna come on live on my channel tomorrow night and talk about that.
It's
And
about
then
time.
Rosewood, I think
Look that they
Saturday
going
or
on your
Sunday.
channel
I
live.
know, right?
It's
Now
about
I'm doing my
look.
little lives.
What
I'm
time you
breaking my
going live
virginity.
tomorrow?
I think that's gonna be 11 to talk about The Last of Us, and then Saturday at 7, I'm gonna be talking about Rosewood. Getting a little bit more serious this week. Last week we did the Wiz, but we trying to do different ones for Black History Month. So check that out if y'all have time.
Please come to her channel tomorrow to talk about The Last of Us, y'all. She's going live tomorrow. What time?
That's gonna be at 11.
11 p.m. y'all. So we're gonna do like a late night Friday night over on Tamika's Den and get into The Last of Us.
Yeah, that Love at the Lockup is a hot mess, and the new season look like it's gonna be even crazier.
No, and they just jumped right into the
That's
next
what
one.
I'm saying. They don't take no breaks up there. They keep going and going like the Energizer Bunny.
All right, so that is our show for tonight.
Thanks for having me, Moochie.
Thanks for coming through. Brillo, he had other things to do. He's doing his teacher thing. So, he talking to his parents and stuff about their bad children. So, hit that like button, holla at your girl, and come to her channel tomorrow. And I will be doing Your Honor also. And tune into Nita's channel too tomorrow, and we'll be getting into that. Talk to you guys soon. Later.
Right, child.